Subscribe to Film Companion for your film fix. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.
Hi,
Welcome.
how are you?
Welcome to Spill the Tea.
Oh, thank you.
I just thought it would be good fun to break away from the sit-down interview format
Yes.
and get on a bit of a road trip, since Chopsticks is so much about cars. And
okay.
also you are big on food in the film, so I
Yes.
thought I'll take you to my favorite street side momo shop
All right, that sounds exciting.
in Bombay. We're
Yeah.
going to go check it out. I don't know the last time you did this, but I think it's going to be fun.
And we're more likely to spill the tea in the car.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's chat on the way there.
Yes,
and what
perfect.
I'm actually going to do is get your co-star Mithila to also join us there.
She
I
will?
think it'll be fun. Yeah, I'll give her a call and let's see if she'll join
Let's
us
see
as
if
well.
we can
Yeah.
drag her
Okay.
out.
And we're off.
Yes, we are.
Have you done one of these car moving interviews before?
Once.
Yeah.
You're not my first.
Okay, that's fine. Less pressure then. But have you, do you like street food? Because I'm a little curious about whether you get to do this often.
I don't get to do that often. But yes, I do love my pani puris and I do love my pav vadas. I mean, that has been my experience of street food growing up in the city.
Okay, so you're a regular Bombay boy in that sense. You
I've not been so regular for the past 20 years at least. So I don't know how much my constitution is going to be able to take street food in terms of cleanliness. I mean, pav vada was my high school days, junior college days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been more than 20 years since then.
So we'll find out soon enough.
We'll
But
find out.
you've had a packed press day for Chopsticks, which is a Netflix film, an Indian original that they're putting out on the platform. Are you a happier man just knowing that the marketing is taken care of by brand Netflix? Does that put the actor in you at ease?
Well, it's always good to have like a solid producer and a studio behind you. There's no doubt about that. So you're guaranteed a good release.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed good marketing. As far as the digital platforms are concerned, I'm just glad that they're here, because Bollywood isn't a place for diversity, not of diversity of people, not of diversity of ideas. You know, it's a very specific niche kind of look that you have to have.
The formula.
The formula, exactly. It's very limited. And so what these digital platforms are doing is encouraging individuality. You know, they don't, you know, if you look at Bollywood movies, all of the actors and actresses look like they've come off an assembly line. You know.
It's what works for it.
It's what has been working, but then the thing is, if you're not offering an alternative, how do you know something else is not going to work? If you are making it that, no, this is the only thing that will work and this is the only thing will back up, then, you know, people don't know the taste of a mango if you've never given them one. If you've only given them apples, then, hey, that is what's going to sell, because there's no other choice. I tried that 10, 12 years ago.
Of course.
And clearly it was working, but there was no infrastructure in place. And for anything to succeed, there needs to be a movement. For any movement to succeed, there needs to be collaboration, which was not there either back then.
You know, when I was prepping for this interview, I actually came across this video, and I remember being a rookie journalist 5 years ago. This was when you came to an award show with a black eye, because you were metaphorically just taking on the music industry for the monopoly that they had, which was, I remember it sending out all the right signals back then. But is that something that Abhay Deol of 2019 would pull off?
I did what I did when I needed to, when I had to. I spoke up when I had to speak to. I was not shy to speak truth to power. So I think what you mean by that is, would I still speak truth to power today? Judging by the few instances that I have, I would say I would be more of a strategist today, because, like I said, if we don't inherently come together, if someone's putting themselves out there and has made a noise about something, it's important to follow it up and come together and perhaps take a risk from your side as well. But if nobody else takes the risk, then I as an individual can go only so far.
Sure.
It's not, then what's the point? I'm no martyr. I don't want to sacrifice myself just because, you know, I feel it's the thing I should do. But if the people don't follow it up, and if it all goes back to status quo, then why am I sitting here with no work? You know, people need to act too.
Yeah.
And so I would only do that if I felt that I wouldn't be alone. If I felt that I would get support from the industry. If I felt that I could get, you know, move forward with people hand in hand with me, at least a few. But if that doesn't happen in our industry, it's just not going to.
But do you think it's easier today to be outspoken than it was, say, 10 years ago? Or has nothing changed in that department?
Is it easier?
Like, what is the price that one pays for being outspoken today?
You get a lot of respect, but you just won't get any work.
Really?
Yeah. Nobody likes someone who speaks truth to power. Nobody likes a critic. You know? Yeah, it's just not really well received. It's respected. You know, they'll appreciate you for it, but why shake the boat? You know, that's the feeling I got, at least. I'm not saying that I wouldn't. You know, as far as today is concerned, I think because of the digital platforms now, the industry's at least growing in size. By that I mean, when it was relegated to just theatricals, it was just those few that kind of have most of the money in hand and so have most of the power. Now when there's an alternative, people can watch it on tablets and computers and phones. It has given rise to other people who are in power in those arenas, on those platforms. And so you can be a bit more outspoken because there's more than 5 people who kind of give you a break now. You know, from 5 it's become 10. So you can speak that much more, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't think we are culturally very embracive of being outspoken or being rebellious. We're not the Americans. The American culture is so much about the individual. It's all about the individual. And so being rebellious is almost romanticized.
Right.
But, you know, being so individually driven and focused, it leads to a lot of isolation and loneliness.
And you felt that?
That's just the culture, and you can say this to Americans and they'll agree with you. Our community is our culture is all about the community. You know, so you never have your individual space, and to speak up about your individuality is looked upon as disrespect, and that leads to like schizophrenia or suppression of your individuality, which is also one other extreme. You know, so here you have a very individually driven culture, and here you have a communally driven culture. Neither of them are healthy. You need to have a middle path, as you have in Buddhism, so to speak. But in an individual culture, as far as art and creativity is concerned, isolation somehow works much better because art is about, on many levels, it is about being provocative, and you can only be provocative when you've discovered who you are, and you can only discover who you are if you're given space to grow. And you don't go there when it comes to a communal system, where it's all about the community and how dare you disrespect your elders. No matter what they say, you have to listen to it because they're older than you.
Because they're elders, yeah.
You know, I mean, for that matter, Hitler was also older than I am. Should I listen to him? You know?
Fair point.
So that needs to be addressed before real change can happen in terms of being able to speak up and then still being accepted and embraced, as opposed to being then isolated and blacklisted.
You've been doing some discovering who you are. When the last I heard, you're living between Goa, Mumbai, and Los Angeles.
Yeah.
How do each of these cities satiate the artist in you?
It just depends. So, for example, I need to be in Mumbai to market my movie, so I'm here. I have my family and friends in LA as well, and I'm setting things up internationally in not just the US, but in other countries as well. So that keeps me traveling there. I have a house in Goa, you know, so I need to spend time there too. So it just depends the need of the hour, you know. Suddenly it's like, oh my God, you know, so-and-so didn't do a great job on finishing the wall in the Goa house, and I need to be there. Or like, you know, I have to be in LA because I need to set some production stuff in place and I have to be there to sign some papers. Okay, so I'm there. And I think I manage to stay not normal, perhaps grounded, because I'm able to constantly keep moving. The moment I'm stuck in one place is when my energies start to go nuts.
Really?
Yeah, I need to be on the move
I actually saw an interesting Instagram post that you put up recently where you did a collage of the real you and the photoshopped fantasy. It was really refreshing to see, but I want to know from you, 15 years in showbiz, how have you managed to hold on to the real you, especially in this day and age of, you know, the noise and the need to stay relevant?
I just didn't fit in, I suppose. So I managed to retain. Maybe if I fitted in a little bit,
You'd have maybe had to pay the price of letting go of.
I won't say the price, but
Well, it is a price, right? If
maybe-
you can't hold on to your individuality, because
oh yeah. In that sense, sure. Yeah, I guess being a misfit helps.
it's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't judge.
And I know that everyone's complaining about you not doing enough work, but to be honest, I went through your filmography. You've literally had a release every year, barring maybe one off year. So
Yeah.
I don't know where the complaints are really coming from, but is that maybe that there isn't enough peripheral noise and marketing, so to speak?
Yeah, you've kind of hit the nail on the head. You need to I guess the system is such now, everybody's a part of it now. Everyone's trying to make as much noise as they can
Yeah.
and be as visible as they can be, take as many endorsements as they can take. And that becomes the noise. And I'm not somebody who inherently wants to be seen all the time. I don't want to be heard all the time. I think that my work should speak for itself. At first I was on one extreme where I was only never being seen, only just work but never be heard. And then I was like, no, like I was talking about balance with you, about individuality and community. Similarly here, I need to draw a middle line somewhere. But it's hard to do that in this space because it's like you
Everyone's
said,
screaming.
everyone's screaming so loud that people perceive me as being elusive, but I'm really not. I'm actually, like you said, I've had one film a year.
We've
I've
had a
decided-
long chat and we're almost where we need to be.
Yeah, you know, so it is that. I think it is everything else. It's not just about having a film released, but it's about having endorsements. It's about having paid for media. It's about being in the papers and the magazines. And the
Can you do that? Do you see yourself doing that?
A little bit. I'm trying. I mean, I'm active on.
Heaving.
I'm active on Instagram.
Yeah.
I haven't. I guess I'd do magazines if they approached me. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty elusive. I have a PR team now in place.
Well done.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying. I'm evolving. I like I said, I don't judge. Now I try and see the merit in everything, you know. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna leave you actually to judge the momos that I've been talking about.
Okay,
so we're
fine.
here now.
That I will judge.
Yes.
Fine.
And she is here.
Oh
We
no.
have managed to get Mithila on the streets
I've-
of Mumbai.
On the streets
The
of
things I do in the name of content creation.
on the streets of Valli, it's like my neighborhood.
It is, right? Me as well. So then you're the
Yeah, you're the
outsider.
guest.
You're the guest. I hope you feel welcome.
I'm a Goan resident, so any part of Mumbai now is not my neighborhood. Yeah.
Oh ho.
But do you do this often? Do you?
Yes, with my school friends, yes.
You do?
She's gonna finish all those momos, I told you.
Yeah,
So
that
we're not
he's
gonna get a
basically
chance.
said that you're going to go at the
You're not
momos
a
and
chance.
forget
Yeah.
about the interview.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wherever there's food, you'll find me.
Yeah.
No, but does fame not allow you to do these things? I'm curious.
You sit in the car and do it.
You find a way, whatever it takes.
Because I love my street food. I love it. I love my pani puris. I love my jay sandwich outside National College. I love my momos.
Done. She's the perfect
I'm
candidate.
fine.
I'm glad we got her on board as well.
I am too. She can eat my portion as well.
But did you guys meet on the sets of Chopsticks?
Yeah. Actually, we met once for the reading, but
For the film,
it
basically.
was
For the film.
Yeah.
So, did you have any preconceived notions about each other? There's a story there, I'm sure.
I have a story the other way around because I was a fan, na.
Huh.
But this person has fully judged me because
He just gave me big yarn about not being judgmental in life.
See, this is a point of view from her. So take it as that.
So I usually am on time, but that day I was driving and I was the reading.
Yeah, you are on time. I'll give you that.
I
Yeah.
am on time, and that day I was driving and I reached that place 5 minutes late, but which is a big deal for me.
But he's on
And
time.
this one was on time.
Oops.
So first of all, see where it started and where it led to eventually. So before you judge me for what she said.
I've ran and I have like,
Been Mithila.
I've been myself. This basically what a commotion person that I am. I entered the room with like this.
Announced your presence.
Sorry, I'm late. And this, like both of them actually, Vijay sir and him. Both
Vijay
of
Raz
them
and
were,
you were sitting.
quietly sitting, and there was one chair empty between them, and I said, oh shit, they're both on time and I'm late, and the entire room was basically waiting for me. And I have just, casually tried to brush it off, saying, hi, okay, cool, how are you guys, good. And this one was reading something and just looked up and said, oops. So I saw that look on his face and I said, okay,
This is gonna be
I
fun.
guess we need to sit
What
down.
went through my mind was exactly, she's casually brushing it off. I see what she's doing. So I guess I was right on my judgment call in that sense, which is sweet because clearly she looked like she was making up for being late by that nervous laughter of hers. I was like, oh, cute. I think we'll get along
There is
just
just
fine.
laughter.
No, there was that and then there was
Perpetual.
laughter.
Should we
Ah.
get us some food?
We must.
Yes, please.
Let me.
This is like symbolic of history. You have Tibetan food and Chinese chopsticks.
So for
like-
everyone wondering why we're randomly on the streets of Bombay eating food, it's only because your character plays an aspiring chef.
No, it's
is-
only because the place we're eating is next to where she lives. That's why we're
That's
randomly,
the truth of it. I'm just
apparently,
gonna go get some sauce for myself.
apparently random.
Do you cook at all?
I've started to a little bit now. Sauce.
Chutney is.
It's good?
It's not
It's the
sauce, it's
best.
just chutney, I'm telling you.
So good, no?
It's
Yeah.
my favorite.
So for,
Spicy.
I think we're busting a lot of illusions about how Bollywood stars don't eat on the streets. Trust me to pull it off. I'm going to take some credit for this.
All the credit goes to you.
You guys shot with a goat
Yes.
in the film.
Don't call her that. So mean of you.
Because she
Is
was
this
talking
him?
about you.
Why you put that in mine?
Because I want to have her momos and I don't have place in my plate.
Yeah.
Just one more, na? Okay, thanks.
No, but does it take a special skill set to be able to,
Handle the goat? Yes.
honestly, what does it take?
Listen, that goat was as
And you
big
had
as I...
some very intense scenes.
Yeah, the goat was as big as I am.
That is true. That is true.
Like I could actually sit on the goat and like it'll be like a horse for me.
But
Like it'll be,
was it funny? Was it?
Yeah, but it was always on time.
so was I. I don't know who this was for. Was it like
You want to keep on how you
was
were
it
late.
like that one time that I was late?
And that one time you keep bringing up.
And I'm so
Notice
honest
I've never
about-
brought it up.
because you're late otherwise, na? The one time you were on time.
So I actually inherently like people who are not on time because I'm not always on time.
Oh.
Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. It's just super nature, it's normal.
You have good days, bad days.
Yeah, so I like it when other people have bad days because then I know that my bad days will also be excused. Right?
The ratio of anyway.
The goat, guys, the goat.
Ratio.
The goat.
The goat.
So it was actually I was quite scared of it. Also, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on camera, but
What did you do with the goat?
every time the goat got nervous, it pooped.
You can say it on camera.
You can say it.
Yeah, it
But-
pooped.
Oh shit.
And like because it was nervous because of like in one room there were already a gazillion people, and then you bring that goat in, and the goat is just like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm supposed to do and why am I here? And then it used to so there was a bed, the house that we shot in as like my
Your house.
It just climbed up on the bed and shat on it.
Maybe we'll try and give you a hint of what it thinks about you.
Or all of us.
Loving the camaraderie, guy.
But this is
We love to hate each other. We have to do part 2 now.
but
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was quite fun actually. I was a little scared of the goat because it was huge. But I warmed up to him and he warmed up to me, I guess.
Job well done. But have you watched any of his films? When you say fan, like, what do you mean? What level?
I mean,
Poster on the wall types?
I can't imagine. No. That's only reserved for Chris Evans. Oh, look at the blush.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is deserved to present.
Yeah.
But no, not poster of all time. But I think he's one of the finest actors that we have, and I really like. Also, his choice of films is something. It's very relatable for me. Like it's the kind of films that
You gravitate towards as well.
So, yeah, that kind of fan.
I wish there were more people like her.
Yeah, we're gonna all wish that, and I promise to keep this leg really short because I don't want to push your stardom and get people. I think we've gathered a bit of a crowd.
Stardom.
What? I think she's talking about you, not
You're a
like,
star. What are you talking about?
I'm happily eating my momo.
If you guys like this video,
Subscribe to Film Companion.
And what Spill the Tea with Sneha?
That.